Hey. Welcome back. Alright, I hope you guys can hear me just fine. It's Diagony Horror back for another thing of scares. Last time I was on, I had a contest giving away some merch I made. And yes, we did have a winner of the contest. This week, since it's Friday the 13th, I thought I should do Friday the 13th would be the perfect time for contests. So, giving away some more merch. This time I've got a pair of sweatpants that are going in too. You just have to email me in the description below, and the question this time is, in a typical scary movie, who is the first person to die? If you answer that correctly, you will win. Let's take the eye patch off. Alright. Now, I had a story I had already recorded, but I haven't got everything figured out for that one. So by the time I figure that out, I'll be able to post it. I figured you guys would want to hear the story soon, though. So don't mind that. Alright, if you guys have ever seen the, people who wear trench coats that look really suspicious. You ever wonder why trench coats make people look suspicious? Me too. Well, until recently. I have been recording cases about this one trench coat that is a little more crazy than all the rest. I figured out trench coats control your mind. Conspiracy theory. Just kidding. This is a horror story. Murder from trench coat. Murder from the trench coat. Alright. So the original owner of this trench coat was a serial killer, alright? The serial killer loved, killing young, blonde, and very, very stupid males. I don't know why it was males. Typically they kill females. Not a stereotype or anything, it's just most of the time serial killers tend to go after girls. Well, so while he was alive, he'd carry his stuff in his trench coat. That way he could start killing his victims as he's catching them. After he died, the trench coat went in the police lockup and was auctioned off a couple years later. Every time someone puts on his trench coat, they get the odd compulsion to start killing people. After a while of them wearing it, they cannot ignore it. They've got to go after young, blonde males. Always carrying the same type of tools in the trench coat. Always has to murder him in the same way. For a long time, this trench coat was... For a long time, the trench coat was just floating around until some random guy got it. He found it on eBay and checked it out. Read what's been going on with it, so decided to put it on display in a haunted house. Well, he hasn't been getting too good of a rap at that house, so he was planning on killing people there anyway. He decides, for extra motivation, he puts on the trench coat. And instead of him going to kill everyone in that haunted house like he had planned, he goes through and he starts slaughtering young blonde boys. And it's weird, because this guy will not take off the trench coat. He actually gets killed with it on. Now you're probably thinking it's a false story, but I, myself, have found the trench coat. I own it now. And if you're willing to answer another question, I'll throw the trench coat in with the prize. This second question is, in a typical scary movie, what is the first woman to die? When a woman dies, what kind of traits does she show? That is your question. If you answer 1. Who is the first typical person to die in a scary movie? And 2.
It's the first one to trip.
Ignore him. Not always the first one to trip.
Exactly true.
Try and stop it. Second question is, who's the first typical woman to die in a scary movie? Traits you tend to see in this person. If you answer both these questions, you get the trench coat of death and one of the choices of merch. I'm Dagony Horror, and I'll see you next time. Happy Friday the 13th.